Hello. So today we have Loans by Tammie with us.
Hi,
How are
everybody.
you?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for asking. How are you today?
I'm good. It's so
Awesome.
funny because when you talk to people and everybody has handles now, like their Instagram names. So I'll see people out and I'll be like, oh, hey, Lexi with the curls. And then you're like, wait a minute, Lexi, like that is not your name, Lexi with the curls. But I'm like, that is your name now.
That is
It's
your
your new
name.
name.
That's how we are identifying with you. So that's it.
Yeah. So do your friends, is that what they call you? Do they say the whole tagline or do they just say Tammie?
They say Tammie. Some of them call me Tam.
Okay.
Quite a bit of them call me Tam.
Yeah, that's why I asked you that because I just feel like you are a Tam.
Yeah, it's easy. It's quick. It's easy. I thought about what you told me earlier. You was like, "Hey, shorten those names. We don't want to. We'll have time for all that. Just say Tam, and that's it."
Yes, people are. Everybody is so short. We're living in such an impatient world. Um,
Yeah.
I do appreciate the fact that your patience has not made you weary to go out into the community and to be concerned about, our people when it comes to housing and when it comes to, just trying to have a better life.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's one thing that I pride myself on. I also call myself, the community lender, but I love being in the community because it gives you a sense of knowing, what's going on out in the community. And then it just keeps you where you can really in return give help back because you know what the need is for the community.
Right.
So for me, I love all things community.
Now, how do you determine, like, do you go like, I know we went and passed out food on Juneteenth. Nouveau, she was like, we're gonna give out food on Monday, and we're just gonna go to like the lower income properties. Now, I didn't even know they had those kind of properties here in Georgia because I really don't see them. But in
Yeah.
College Park, they did. So we're
Hmm.
knocking on the doors for the people to come out, and get free food, and the kids are
Right.
out playing. And it was like a great community day. It just
Hmm.
felt like, oh, this is amazing. Because
It
they were
gives
so
you,
happy, like, yes. I was like, yes, I need that free meal.
listen, it gives you a sense of self-awareness because whenever you're able to give back, I mean, that makes me feel so good. We're always teaming up with nonprofit organizations, giving food, teaming up with different churches and things like that. A friend of mine, she goes out every once a month over there on down off of Joseph E. Boone. Are you familiar with that? She
Uh-huh.
goes out once a month. So we always try to, get donations and get others to donate, so that she's able to, supply those meals on a monthly basis.
Yes, that is really nice. I noticed that you and your husband, his support for what you do is like unmatchable. And for
Yes.
that warms my heart to see that it's still, men out there that are supporting their women and
Mm-hmm.
pushing them forward because we all need that push, that pat on the back, that hug at the end of the day, that
Right.
high five, job well done.
Exactly.
It's a lot, life is
Listen,
a lot.
it takes so much strain away from me because it's like, okay, we both have the same like mind. We both care about community. We both care about, the youth and mentoring the youth and things like that. So it's good when you have a strong support system. And I love him for being, that for me. I couldn't
Yeah,
do it without him. You know what I mean? I couldn't
yeah.
absolutely go out and do all the things I do, if it wasn't for him being, that number one supporter.
You could do it though. No, I'm just playing. I'm like, no, it can be done. I mean, I'm glad you
Oh
can.
yeah, it can be done, but
I'm
it's so
glad you
much better
help
when
it, but
it's two.
no, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Watching this mad at me.
No, he won't get mad. No.
So let me ask you, like, when did you first feel like, you know what, there was a void and there was a gap that you would be able to fill as far as, helping people get home loans. And I'm gonna ask you that in a two-part question is, what is the biggest misconception that people have when it comes to them being able to, get this home? Because some people just think that it's just a dream, home ownership. It
Right.
doesn't even seem like something that will come to fruition.
Right. The biggest misconception would be that, pretty much like you say, a lot of people think that home ownership is not obtainable.
Right.
That was one of the main reasons why I got into the profession, because you have so many who want to own homes, but
Yeah.
simply just don't know what to do or how to do it. And I tell people all the time, just apply, because yeah, you may not be ready, but we can take the necessary steps to get you ready. But the main thing is, for us, is to get more educated and understand the
Yes.
home buying process. I think, a lot of times we don't take the steps needed to really understand. So
Yeah, we just want to know the bottom line. What's the payment?
right, we
I don't
will
care how we
quick
got
to put it
there,
down.
what's the payment when it's due?
Right, right. So it's very important for us to, educate ourselves on, interest rates. Like right now, you have people saying, hey, is it a good time to purchase? The rates are so high. It's still an excellent time to purchase, because, you're out there, you're renting $2,000 a month times 12 months. You've given somebody $24,000.
Yep.
That could go toward your pocket, So it's things like that that we want to do, teach them how to budget. Some
Right.
people make the money but don't understand the money. So we want to teach, financial literacy, so we can
Right.
understand how to make the money work for us.
Yes, and it was something that was on the tip of my tongue to say. You were talking about not financial literacy and the rent.
Budgeting.
Oh no, the interest rates. So what's funny is I did loans for like 17 years, right? 17 years. I never thought it was going to be a time that I could not get a loan process.
Right.
Okay, 2008, laughed and showed me a whole thing or two. 2009, I was so depressed. I was so afraid the market
Right.
would go back to that I was like, I'm just going to do something totally different, because I was in love with my job, even though I didn't like doing loans, but I could do a loan in my sleep.
Right.
I could get a scenario and boom, boom, like, okay. And they would be like, what? It was just that easy for me. So when that was taken away from me, it just like ripped out a piece of my soul. Okay. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't get dressed. I was
Right.
like,
Yeah, it took a lot out. It really did. So what they've done now is they've put a lot more procedures, a lot more paperwork in place, because back in 2008, a lot of people were getting homes who were not even really qualified to get homes. But if you had a post,
specialized in self-employed people too. Look.
Exactly.
They had tenants.
Yes, exactly.
Right. So if I was like, oh, I'm done, W-2s, what? No.
Yeah, come on. Exactly.
I just said, and never mind. But the thing is, the rates are now like at 6%, right?
Yeah, right around 6.7. Yeah.
That is great. It's still great, because
it's still great.
They only had the 2 and 3, like that was a bonus. And that was something to me that, like, when has this ever taken place? Okay.
Right.
Because
Right.
when I first moved to Atlanta in 98, I was working for household finance. And then I came here and worked for Bank One Financial. And we were doing personal homeowner line of credits for 24%, 27%.
Exactly.
You didn't even have an 18% loan, and you had to have A+ credit to qualify for this high interest rate loan.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm like, still 6% is like a steal.
It's still yeah. And I tell people all the time, no, we're not gonna go back to the 2s and 3% right now, because unless a pandemic or something happened, but rates are just normalizing to where they were before,
right, where they were before, exactly.
Yeah.
So if anything less than the double digits for me, coming from, I was raised in the household finance
Mm-hmm.
era, and I ain't even gonna get into my age. But everything was always in the double digits, you know.
Oh
And you
yeah.
had to have the A plus to qualify. Like you win these double digits.
Oh yeah. But
Yeah,
now it's becoming more affordable because you have so many lenders out there that are competing. They're dropping the credit score requirement, 600. Some of them go down even lower than that. But you if you have to, yeah. But sometimes I still want to, educate and tell them, yeah,
right,
you can get it at that particular rate, but it's gonna cost you. You know what I mean?
right. You gonna
Mhm.
pay for it some kind of way.
Oh yeah,
Somebody
definitely.
paying for it.
Right. Exactly.
Right. You ain't paying for it.
Mm-mm. Uh-uh. Get
I
somebody else to
love
do
it.
it.
I love it. So,
Yeah.
I hear from Lil Birdie that you guys volunteer, and like you got all work. You
Mhm.
can't be work without no play. So the balance is in there, and you guys supplying food for these events on Sunday nights. And
Mhm.
that is really nice because again, it's the time community is gathering together at Cluster Radio
Yes.
and just getting together and having a good time. Like
Having a good
that
time.
music is always like music that feeds people's soul.
It is. It is. And then it's like, we've done it so much till we feel like now, this is a part of our family. We look forward to Sunday evenings because
Yeah.
it's like it gives us quality time. Me, I'm working, he's working, but that Sunday relax and wind down, that's good for us.
Yes, it
Mhm.
is. It is. You guys are so cute.
You
So,
have to have a balance. You have to keep a balance. You can't be all work.
what are the like three principles that you live by as far as, to keep you having that drive? Because it can be exhausting, doing loans, you're doing a lot of research, a lot of paperwork, you're looking over stuff, and you are entrusted with the responsibility to put this whole family and change their whole life. That's
Right.
a heavy burden to have on your back, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you
It-
get up in the morning, you're like, okay, first thing I do, like these three things you have to do every morning.
every morning for us is faith. So we always put up a prayer first. We always, we roll
I knew
over.
you was gonna say that. I don't know how I knew that.
Listen, it's what we live by. It's our faith that comes first. Faith, family, and then finances.
Oh, I love that. They FFF.
Yeah, we have to keep it
Sound
in
like all bad
perspective.
grades. So you just
Exactly.
turned it into something positive.
Yeah, you have to keep it in, you have to keep it in perspective. So, we try to pray together before we leave the house. We try to, keep
Hold
God
on, hold on,
first in
hold on.
everything that we do, and and then we look out for family, and then everything can fall after that.
Yes, yes. You have to hold on one second.
Okay.
Don't bark. Okay, say the last part again about you look out for family.
Yeah. So what we do, like I said, we pray before we leave the house. It's faith, is family, and then finances. Then those things. But you have to take care of your faith. Because you have to keep your mind. It's the mindset. That's the
Oh yeah,
battleground. So you have to cover yourself. You have to cover yourself. You have to constantly feed yourself positive things. You know what I mean? Even before you
right.
leave out your door. And then we focus on each other, which is family, and then everything else is kind of falls behind that. But
Yeah, isn't it weird how that works? Like if you put God first and you
yeah,
have faith, see,
yeah,
you said faith instead of
yes,
asking, you have to, once you ask, have faith that it's gonna happen.
that's it.
Because
And that's
what's
what
the
we believe.
definition of faith? The definition is
Faith is the evidence of things, hope for, the evidence of things not seen. Yes, faith.
Right. Not seen, not expected,
Yeah,
unexpected, and
unexpected.
hoped for. So if you can have faith that it's going to happen, then you put your family first. You already put
Yeah,
God first. The
yeah.
rest just falls in order.
It falls in order. Yeah.
There's
And
no other way you slice it is it going to work out like that.
right. So a
Yeah.
lot of times when we meet different people in the community, when we share we share our faith with those that we meet in the community, those that allow us to, we share our faith. And then, you know, we walk away with them saying, oh, you guys are inspiring us, but we want to do more than just inspire. We just want to
Right.
help, uplift, encourage, empower. So that's why we do a lot of things that we do.
I love it. I love it.
Mhm.
It's a good reason to do it, you know?
Oh
Um,
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
so what else did I want to ask you about? So what is your main source of, like, I know that they're not like cold calling, it's a thing of the past. That's for beginners, right? So now you have advanced. And how are you doing marketing? Like, what advice would you give to someone who was like new in the loan business and they wanted to know, like, okay, how do I market myself? How do I put myself out there and let people know, like, hey, look at me, without
Right.
giving away your trade secret, whatever going to them? And but what advice would you give to somebody you're like, okay, come on, I'm gonna show you the ropes?
One thing I would say, Janelle, is that you have to find your niche. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You have to find your niche. And once you find your niche, you have to hit it, and you can't take your feet off the gas. Like for me, I'm community lender. That means I'm in the community. You're going to see me present in the community. So, that's my niche. And I'm always looking for events or looking for new businesses that I can come out and I can show, hey, this is what's going on in your community, and things of that nature. So I would say find your niche. And once you find out what you're comfortable with, what you can promote, put your foot on the gas and don't take it off. Just don't take
Okay.
it off.
I like that. I like
Mhm.
that. That's really smart
Yeah.
because that's the whole thing. I think we had my roommates. I remember bringing her in, and I'm like, I'm gonna show you how to do loans.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually was giving her a couple of my deals, like a little more complicated ones to
Mm-hmm.
figure it out, right? And
Right.
she figured it out, and she was just doing the most surpassing. So then we started coming as a package deal. Like
Mm-hmm.
they wanted me, I was the top salesperson, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you can't have me. She has to come. We both have to
Right.
come. And they were like, what? Okay. They just said, fine. As long as I
Mm-hmm.
was producing, they knew I could produce enough to
And
do
that's what it's about.
fine. Like, and they know a producer is not going to hang around non-producers.
Correct. Correct. And that's what it's all about, producing. At the end of the day, are you able to produce? Are you able to turn that lead into a loan?
Yes.
Mhm.
Now, let me ask you, because a few years ago, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this industry stuff. I'm going to get back into loans. So I went to work for, I can forget the name of the company, but they specialize in the VA loans, all
Mhm.
VA loans. So I read the book, I did a
Mhm.
little workshop, and, I was ready to go. And I don't know, I didn't really ask about pay. We had like a small little weekly stipend.
Mhm.
But it was like, once you get your deal, you'll pay that back.
Mhm.
I got that commission check. I had charged all these fees, right? And
Mhm.
I think I got like a third. If it was a third. And I literally looked at my check and I started crying. I was like, "Wait
Where's my money? I
a
worked so
yes."
hard. Yeah.
And so the owner called me, he called me and he was like, he was Indian. He's like, Jonelle, he's like, what can I do? And I said, I have to feed my family. I
Oh
can't
no.
feed my family. Because before the money was just flowing, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. And then I
Mhm.
was like, what is this? He said, so what do you want me to do? What percentage? I was like, half. He was like,
Okay.
no. Look, he said, no. Before I could even get half out, he was like, no. I was like, half. But he did give me more money. And I'm
Yeah,
like, he was dead wrong for that. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? And I was
yeah,
like, okay, so are they testing you as an
yeah.
officer to see like, oh, she just gone? But I was like, no, no.
Mm-mm.
I
You
closed
have to know your worth. You know
a
your worth.
$280,000 mobile home.
Yes, you know what you
A
bring to the
mobile
table,
home for 280. Now that must have been a bad mobile home. But when that
baby.
lady came to me, her debt ratio was all of this world. I was like, we gonna sell this truck. We
Uh-huh.
gonna refinance that. I had her do all these things, and they were like, she's not gonna get that loan done. That loan
Hmm.
was closing, okay, and everybody was
See?
surprised. And you not giving me my due? Like
Come
what?
on. Yeah, that's what I'm
Changed
saying.
though with the brokers because after the pandemic, is there a different type of mentality? Like if you're gonna work in this field, do you just gotta have that thick skin or like wait your turn to grow? How does that work now?
You definitely have to have thick skin in this business. And then also you have to have some type of hustle about yourself because you do have some brokers that will give you some loans to work, but they'll give you a certain percentage of that. But for me who wants more, quite naturally, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to generate my own leads so that
Right.
I'm expecting more. But it's like when you know your worth, when you know what you're able to produce, then you can say, hey, listen, this is what I think I'm worth.
Right.
So right now when you work with brokerage, there are a lot of fees associated, so you have to account
Yeah.
for all of that.
I'm like,
So
what in the world? These fees?
oh
No.
yeah.
It was just
That's the
ridiculous.
difference.
I mean,
Hmm.
it wasn't even close to half and half. And I was
Mm-mm.
like, okay, I'm using your license, but I am getting all of the work. You know what I'm saying?
Right, i'm,
Like,
I'm going
no.
out here, I'm hustling, yes,
And
I'm
processing my own loan because the processors, they were not like when I was a loan processor. I was like processing stuff. Everything was going so smooth. Like,
mhm.
and now everybody is just so lazy.
Yeah,
Like, did you call? Did you verify? Did you get the stuff? Like, so I just get it myself. Like, no, don't touch my
right.
files. Don't even touch them.
So when you work with a brokerage, um, you it depends on your level of what you produce.
Okay.
Meaning, some of them would provide a processor for you, but that means you have to be producing anywhere between 7 to 10 loans a month. And in
Right.
this business, that's not always
I
the
mean,
case.
that's not even realistic. That's ridiculous that
Yeah,
that's the only way you can get a processor. I don't
yeah.
like that.
So for me,
I would say
I do
four,
my
at
own
least four.
process. I do my
Yeah.
own processing.
You
Yeah,
can save that processing fee.
yeah.
Do you put the fee, you get the processing fee for doing it yourself?
No, you
Or they don't even have it on there?
no,
Look,
no.
y'all make me feel good, like, yep, and I got a bonus, like, yeah,
Uh-uh.
put it in line item, like, I wanna see.
No, they give
It
you them
all broken
coins and
down.
they give you them coins and it's okay, this is it. This is your portion and
How
there it is.
long have you been doing loans?
Oh, since about 2018.
2018?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I've been in the business for over 15 years because my husband was an appraiser. So I've been in the real estate.
Oh, he was a appraiser.
So I've been in real estate over 15 years, but I've been doing, mortgage loan, loan
Right.
officer since 2018
Now, why did he stop appraising?
because he opened up his own HVAC and heating.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
he was like later for that. So you
Yeah.
actually, and that's another thing. I always tell people that the 9 to 5 mind does not understand the entrepreneurial mindset.
No.
I think
Mm-mm.
that if you have a couple and you have like, okay, he goes to the office from like
Mm-hmm.
8 o'clock to the bank. Let's say he's a banker from 9 o'clock and the bank closes at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Home by 4:30, and he not worrying about what happened at the bank because the
Mm-mm.
next day is a new day. All transactions are sealed up right at that window. And
Right.
then here you are, the community loan officer. So you just getting your day started at 4. Cause you
Pretty
was about
much.
to hustle on to over all these little events
Yeah,
and you can see and talk to, you know,
exactly.
and then they're like, what are you doing? Like, no, you're not gonna stay home and sit and talk and watch TV with me.
No,
No, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm
no,
trying to get paid. Like, I set
exactly.
goals. You don't want to be stuck to this one income and you're happy
Mm-mm.
check. This one check you're gonna see every time you get paid, the exact same amount. I was never happy with that.
No, nope.
Yeah.
I did that for 16 years. I was a department manager for 16 years. And
Wow.
it was like, it was just like robotic,
Yeah, you want
you know?
yourself to be limitless, full of life. One day
Yeah.
you over here dealing with this lady gets crazy. Then you over here dealing with this professional. Then
Yes,
you over
it's so
here.
diverse. So you deal with it's multi personalities that you're dealing with daily, you know. So my husband
Right.
was like, let's try this, and the rest is history. So,
That
you
is
know,
so. Where are you guys from?
we're both from Mississippi. We're both from Mississippi.
What? That's
Um,
why y'all so sweet. What part?
yeah.
What
So
part? What part of Mississippi?
we're from Natchez. We're about an hour and a
I
half
was
from
getting
Natchez.
ready to say Natchez too. I have
Yes.
friends in Natchez. When I was a little girl, our best friends moved from California to Natchez, Mississippi. So you
Yes.
know where I was in the summertime.
Yes. Down there eating
Natchez
that good
Trace,
old cornbread.
Hattiesburg. I was
Yes.
in Hattiesburg. I was all over the
Yes.
Mississippi every summer. And then I got older, like my mom must didn't like me very much.
You said she
She's
sent you
sending
all the
me
time.
from sunny California to Natchez, Mississippi to enjoy my summer life. That ain't
Yeah.
no way for a child to live.
Yes, it is because you can get down there, you can play. Everybody
You
gonna
know,
run.
we were getting whippings back then. That's when they had switches and you was getting in trouble, you was getting whippings, okay? That's
But look at you now. Look at you now. Them whippings did some good, didn't it? Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's when I think that's how I became the queen of other people's kids. They're like, don't leave them with me. You know, I'm gonna discipline them. My dad used to be like, yeah, if she get out of line, just go ahead, do what you gotta do. I was
Do
like,
what you have to do.
wow,
Yeah.
Daddy. Like, what?
That's the
Yes,
motto.
I
Yeah.
love it. That's why y'all so sweet.
Yep. So
I
he's
might know some
always
of your
been
family when we hang up. I'm gonna be like, okay, now wait a minute. Now that
yep.
I'm from Natchez, what?
Yeah. He's always been an entrepreneur. Even like right now, our baby son is 18. So he has his own HVAC business. So
What?
his dad has taught him to trade. So that's what we do in the community.
I
We
love
partner
that.
with different mentor programs because we're trying to, college is not for everybody.
Oh
So,
yeah, it's
a
not
lot
for
of
everybody.
entrepreneurs, right? We're
Not the
getting
way it's going now either. It's just like sometimes I feel like the kids don't start learning until they get to college.
until you get,
Because
yeah.
I talked to some high school students that are about to graduate, and I'm like, there's no way y'all are going into the real world.
They don't have a clue. They're not
I'm
ready.
talking and you're speaking. And
Come
you're
on.
gonna go get a job. I was like, you're getting fired, you're getting fired, you're not getting hired. It was like, oh, no, you gonna get beat up by them kids. That's
Yes.
before I knew the kids was crazy, okay?
Yeah.
I probably
Yeah.
will. Now that the pandemic had us watching the TV and online, and we see these kids think
Mhm.
a little bit differently, so I'll probably be a little bit nicer.
Yeah. A whole lot differently. Yes, they do. They really
Yeah. So congratulations to you, and shout out to
Thank
your
you.
son. Like,
Yeah.
just really trying to make it, finding his own lane. Like
Yeah.
that means when they emulate you, I feel like they're proud.
Mm-hmm.
They're proud of you and they want to do what they can do. And they
Mm-hmm.
see that you're being successful and they want to be successful. Okay.
Exactly.
Everybody wants to be successful.
Everybody wants to
Yeah.
be, but you
Well,
gotta,
mostly everybody. Some kids just want to be late.
yeah,
Yeah.
because like you say, they emulate what they see. So,
And
you
have
have to be careful
kids.
what you put out there,
Yeah, I told somebody if you got a job sleeping, you get fired.
Right, right.
Yeah, that's bad. Okay.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. So tell everybody how to find you. I want to know the website first.
All right, guys, you can reach me on loansbytammie.com. That's my website. It'll take you directly to my application website. You can also find me on social media at loansbytammie.com as well. And if you want to call me, 404-218-9494. My motto is I'm with you from the time you start that application until you get those keys. So, always contact me, your favorite community lender, Loans by Tam. Peace.
I love it. So also, the community events, do you have anything coming up that you want people to see you at? Or you just want them to tag you on Instagram when they know about events that you could be at?
Absolutely. I do another segment of what's called Fantastic Finds. Every Friday, the different businesses ask me to come out and spotlight their business. So I'll be, starting that back up in July. And then also
Fantastic Finds.
Yeah, I call it Fantastic Finds because I'm going into the community and I'm spotlighting the businesses there, bringing awareness so people can know, hey, this
I
is
like
a nice
that.
restaurant in your, in your area, or whatever's going on in the area. We spotlight
Right.
Fridays on at 12 o'clock. And then also I have a home buying seminar coming up in July. I'll post information on my media. And then
Now, weekly, do you do financial literacy on your television show?
I do some of it. I do it briefly, but I'm going to get into a segment where I go deeper into, financial literacy, where I want to talk a little bit more about budgeting and what that looks like. I do have a budgeting
I don't
class
like that
coming up.
word. Ooh, you just hurt my ears.
But the
The
thing
B
is,
word. Just say the B word.
the B word. We have to account for everything, and I think that's what we make a mistake at. We don't think about the small things like those subscriptions to those different
I just canceled
channels.
11 subscriptions that was about to hit my phone.
Yes.
Stuff I ain't even heard of, or
No.
just can click it so easily now. Double tap on the side, and then
That's it, and you got it.
Next thing you know, the subscription is ended, and you don't even know the name of it to go back. But
Exactly.
I figured out how to find them all on my Apple phone. So I'm like, cancel. Stumbled across it looking for the locate your key.
Yep, I tell people all the time, why are we being so loyal to these darn cable companies? They're not loyal to us. They give us a pass for about a year, and then they move on to the next new person. So hey, move on. Don't
move on. I finally dumped that cable. Finally, they're like, "Why are you still paying cable?" And I say, "Oh, I just have to turn the channels." Now I got Hulu Live. I was like, "What? Hulu Live?
Better. It's so much better.
It's so much, and the same things come on." And I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
Exactly.
And the same stations. I was like, "Yes."
Yeah.
See, I did not have you educating me, Tammie.
Yes. But that's what we do. I show you ways to find the money because the money is there. You just have to know where to look to find your money.
Okay.
So that's what I do, with the B word.
Nice. Oh, you like there? It was all right there. Some days I do go shopping and I'm like, you know what? That was a whole whatever I needed to really buy that I didn't do. But I went and did all these little things that I really didn't even need. Like, okay.
You'll be amazed.
Be just having me like, okay.
Right.
And it's so much cheaper now than it used to be.
Yeah. All these online stores, they're competing.
Yes.
You probably can't wear it but once, but hey.
I know. And sometimes for that price, you like, okay, I could wear it.
I could do it.
Toss it. I mean, you're gonna spend that on barbecue.
Come on.
Come on. And you cannot eat out at a restaurant. I went to my favorite restaurant, which is Toast on Lenox. And let me tell you, I go there by myself. I sit at the car and I just eat and I just like melt. And Nana's chicken and waffles. I
went there yesterday. They're actually pretty good. I like
Yes, they're so.
went to the location in McDonough.
Yes. Which what did you eat?
I had I did the shrimp and grits. I did the shrimp
Okay.
and grits. But the
Yes.
waffles were good too, because I sampled my friend. She was eating a waffle, so I sampled hers. But it's pretty
Yeah,
good.
I
I
got
like
that
it.
strawberry stuffed cream cheese waffle. I think
Mhm.
that's what I
And then
had.
they ordered the
The
beignets,
banana
of
pudding
course.
is my favorite
Ooh.
waffle. The peach cobbler waffle and the banana pudding waffle.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try that one. I'm
Yes.
definitely gonna try that.
Speaking of community, yes, I wish I would have talked to you earlier because Shaquille O'Neal had his 3-day camp.
Oh wow.
And that would have been a good place for you to be.
Yes,
Well,
I
kind
love.
of, but no kids are there. No parents are really there, but the sheriff county office, okay? The
Mhm.
Henry County Sheriff Department do not play.
We do not play in Henry
Yes,
County.
yes. Are you
Yes,
in Henry County?
yes.
Where?
Stockbridge.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't play. And Scander,
Mm,
Sheriff
period.
Scander,
He,
he is
he
does everything.
he's about that business. He's about that business.
I
Mm-hmm.
love him. So
Yeah.
I was hanging out with him and Shaq and Roddy White and they
Mm-hmm.
had Otis. He used to play for the Braves. Can't
Mm-hmm.
think of his last name, but they were just really trying to teach these young people and educate them. And I
Yeah.
love similarly, like you just want to educate grown people because
Yeah.
it's like you're doing little kids when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to this, because with rent, you just pay your rent and you see what
Yeah.
you get when you do the little walkthrough. But with
Right.
mortgage, it's hard, it's very different
It's
because
very
something can go
different.
wrong and you have
Yeah.
to make sure you have insurances on things. And I listened to this guy the other day on the radio and he
Mm.
said, the mortgage is the maximum. No, he said the mortgage is the minimum, but renting is the maximum. Because he said you're gonna pay the maximum price, but if anything happens, you're just gonna dial that phone
Uh-huh.
and call. He
And
said when
call.
the mortgage is the minimum, you get to pay the smallest payment just for the mortgage, but the
Mhm.
maximum is everything else that could go wrong.
Everything that could go wrong. So it's you just
And he was
it's
telling
like
people, do not feel bad for not being homeowners because you
no,
have the maximum. He was
because
like, all you got to do is pick up the phone.
right, everybody doesn't want to be homeowners either. So
Yeah.
and that's fine too. But for those that want it and those
Yeah.
that want to know
I
how,
would just get the local handyman. If once you get your team together and something right now, then you're good to go. But if
yeah.
you don't have a team, and that goes back to community,
Mm-hmm,
back to relationships, back to
mm-hmm,
networking, and then if you are that type of person, knowing what's going on, you're gonna
yeah,
know who the guy in your community is that build the fences. You're gonna
right.
know who the guy. And now that I'm on the south side, I call my girlfriend and she know everybody. Like,
Yes,
the guy for the stove.
that's it.
The business. She's
You
like,
got
fix
listen,
lawnmowers. I'm
you
like,
gotta
how do
be
you know all of this stuff?
you have to be connected, and it's all about networking. I don't care what nobody says, it's
Yeah,
about
everything is
relationship,
about relationships.
it's about
Everything.
networking, everything.
In Atlanta, I don't know if it's an Atlanta thing or what, but I'm a relationship builder. So I
Yeah,
like to build relationships with people
I
because
get that from you.
never know who knows what. Like, y'all don't want to just high and buy. I'm like, no, let's talk a minute.
Let's mm-hmm.
Let's have some tea and
Yeah.
you give me the tea and I might give you some tea, but
She
you
said, I might give you. I
I
caught that.
might
I
your tea
might.
is worth in exchange. Sometimes it's not even exchange on the tea.
Come
Like
on,
I'm giving
come
you
on,
top tea and you giving me like
come on.
Google News. Like what? That's Googleable. All right. Google News.
Give me something I can use, girl. Don't give me
Something
nothing
I
that
can
I can
jangle up
find
from TMZ.
myself.
Like TMZ. Guess what
Come
I
on
got?
here.
Yeah, you giving me the no, I don't want Google News. So
Uh-uh.
I give you the tea if we can do an even exchange, but most of the time it's not even apples and apples.
Oh
Okay.
no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's
Yeah.
not.
I'm
Mm-mm.
very proud though, of what you're doing out here. And it's going to get recognized. I think this is your year. Now that I know you're in Henry County,
Yes.
acclamations come around.
Yes.
We
Call
have
me. Let
Tammie
me
Day,
know.
okay, Tammie Appreciation Day. Your
Yes.
time is coming because people won't know until other people toot your horn for you and
Yeah.
blow your horn
I
for you
appreciate that.
and let you know. Shaq said he did 150 events so far. He is he's like the director of community affairs for Clayton
Henry.
County.
Yeah. Henry and Clayton. Yeah.
Yeah, who knew that he was
Yeah.
just doing,
But he's
I
so
said I haven't
involved.
been to one event. You
Yeah.
been
He's
150.
very involved. He's very involved out
And
here.
he's so
Very.
serious. I love him that he has become. You know, friends since he was 24. And
Yeah.
to see him grow into, manhood
Yeah.
and all of that, it's like, wow, like,
And
okay.
yep, I love his heart for kids. I love that. I love that
Yeah.
about him. You know, he has a big heart for kids. He's
He a
always
big
doing
kid.
something. Yeah, he's always doing something for the kids. So I love that. I love to see.
He was like, okay, we're gonna have a race. Everybody that's 8 stand on the line. The coach was like, wait a minute, you not 8, you not 8, you not. Everybody wanted to be 8 because he said, I
Right.
got some money in my pocket.
That's
So
all you
he
have
got
to
to
say.
win. And they didn't know he was gonna do each age group, but they was like, we 8, we all 8. He was like,
That's it.
we're not 8 years old. Yeah, I love the kids. That will make you want to
Oh
stay
yeah.
community oriented and family oriented, and just seeing families together.
Yeah, just knowing that you can impact somebody's life, knowing that you can have, you know, something, you can do something to encourage somebody, and that's, to me, that's priceless.
Now,
That's
do you
priceless.
have a special place for the single moms?
Do I have a special place for single moms?
Yeah, like a special type of love for the single moms.
Yes.
It's always that one person, either it's the senior citizen or it's the single mom. It's never the single dad.
No, I'm gonna say yes because I was a single parent. I came here in 98. I
Me
was single
too.
until 2010. I had 3 kids by myself. Um, Me and the good Lord.
Right,
And
right.
he allowed me to purchase a house and just still maintain with 3 kids. So single parent, single female, that's big with me, you know.
Okay, okay.
And
Okay, I'm
also
gonna
I
remember
want
that, and I'm
to,
gonna talk to the people at radio and see
yes,
what they have going on, so you can connect with the single parent stuff.
yes, I
Love
want to
it.
do one more thing. I need your help. I want to do like a podcast. I know
Okay.
everybody's doing podcasts, but I
No,
want to
it's a good thing though.
like a panel where there's married, there's single, a combination. I want to call it Sister Girl Let's Talk.
Right,
Just open, safe place where you can have dialect, because I
right,
believe that there's such a strong need, for us to really talk about it from all aspects. You know what I mean?
right,
From
right.
the single woman, the married woman. So, sometimes when you're in church will teach you either how to be single or how to be married. But what happens in the in between? How do
Yeah.
you bridge that gap? So,
And the adjustment, a lot of people have time with adjusting
yeah.
from being used to being married to
Yeah,
being
like
single.
me, I was independent for all these years. I was here by myself. My pastor, he did our counseling. He was like, okay, now you can't be independent no more. You got to understand how to, depend on
But
your
you had
husband
a little
now.
mediator.
Yeah, so
And that's probably necessary. Sometimes I'm like, we got to be having a mediator and stuff then. How
yeah,
about you just go? Because you just want stuff to sink. And it's like,
yeah, you
no, the
want
math ain't mathing.
it
Bye.
ain't nothing. Listen,
Bye.
it's not happening.
Because at
So,
this age, you just too old to be explaining why you did this. Because I did
why?
it. That's why. Because
Yeah,
it happened.
exactly. I don't have an answer. I just did it. I did it.
Right. Like you want me to explain? Yes, I actually do want you to explain. What? No, bye. Just forget it.
Goodbye.
We're done here. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Well, it was so good talking to you tonight. We have to talk more often. You're going on vacation?
Yes, I'll be leaving for Florida tomorrow. Well, yeah, pretty much tomorrow.
Yep.
And I'll be back Sunday. But yes, let's get together. Let me know where you are, because I see you in the community a lot. I would love
I am in the community. I'm in these streets.
listen, we outside. I would love to be outside with you. So let me know
Yeah, I
sometime.
didn't know. I did not know you guys were just outside. Like,
Yeah.
every time I see you inside.
That's because I'm working, but we
Right.
outside.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm outside to work. So
Yes.
I'm out. It's because I'm
You
getting
always
something
working.
on,
You
or
always working. I love it.
introducing somebody to somebody else. I'm connecting the dots. That's what
Yes.
I'm the connector.
Come on, I like that. The
Yes.
connector. I like that.
Has so many things like Jakeem, who did the photos.
This is Loans by Tammie, and I'm upscale with Jonelle.